If not, we could do a one-act play, maybe an interpretive dance, something like that.
Hi, my name is Christine Carney. I'm the Parks, Recreation, and Senior Services Director, and today we're going to talk about the 2027 Parks, Recreation, and Senior Services budget. Parks, Recreation, and Senior Services budget consists of 5 divisions: park maintenance, recreation, senior services, special events, and tennis. The park maintenance takes care of over 17 acres of parks, green space, and trails. Recreation includes athletics, aquatics, and therapeutic programs, which make up the majority of our budget. Senior Services provides essential support, resources, and programs to help older adults maintain independence and a high quality of life. Our Special Events Division funds our signature events like Easter Extravaganza, Halloween Trunk or Treat, Summer Concert Series, and Autumn Fest. Parks, Recreation, and Senior Services goes far beyond parks and green space. It is a backbone to the community, promoting public health, social development, and public engagement. Actually, when I'm traveling throughout the county and visiting different parks, I love to see the things that take place there, especially the lawn at Wheeler has so much going on and so much more to come that there's people there every single day. The Parks and Recreation and Senior Services budget is made up in 5 divisions. The budget is $6,800,000. Recreation is the majority of the budget, which includes all of their aquatics, recreation, therapeutics, and athletic programming. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you understand a lot about our department. Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to present the fiscal year 2027 operating and 5-year capital improvement project plan budget presentation. Parks and Recreation, for the Parks and Recreation and Senior Services Division. Today, I'd like to briefly share with you who we are, what we've accomplished, the opportunities and challenges we face, our strategic opportunities moving forward, and a review of our 2027 operating budget and capital improvement plan. Am I this forward? Down. Down. Okay. Our department exists to improve quality of life for residents of every age through parks, recreation, and senior services. Everything we do is guided by our 3 core values: conservation, health and wellness, and social equity. Whether we're maintaining parks, creating youth opportunities, serving older adults, or investing in new amenities, these values shape every decision we make. Our goal is creating places and experiences that strengthen our community and improve the lives of those we serve. This past year has been an outstanding year for Parks and Recreation and Senior Services, and I'm incredibly proud of our staff and everything that we have accomplished. This has been another outstanding year for Parks and Recreation. We are proud to receive the Boost Out of School Time Grant for the 5th consecutive year, allowing us to continue providing quality youth programming. Our department also earned 2 Georgia Recreation and Parks Association state awards, one recognizing the DeCastro Trailhead Nature Pavilion and the Best Park Maintenance and Operation as the Best Park Maintenance and Operations Capital Project, and another recognizing the Rocking Rockdale Summer Concert Series as the state's most outstanding event. These awards reflect the dedication, creativity, and professionalism of our staff. Athletics has also been an exceptional year. Our 14 and under boys basketball team captured both the District 6 and state championships, and Rockdale County proudly hosted both the district tournament and for the 3rd consecutive year and the state tournament, bringing visitors and economic activity into our community. We also completed 3 major SPLOST projects with the help of General Services, which were the lawn at Wheeler Skate Park, the lawn at Wheeler Splash Pad, coming soon, and the Johnson Park Inclusive Playground, continuing to expand our recreational opportunities for residents of all ages. Our partnerships continue to be one of our greatest strengths.
Through the collaboration with Rockdale County Public Schools, Arabia Mountain Alliance, the Atlanta Dream, and NBA Junior Hawks, we've been able to provide programs and opportunities that enhance services throughout our community. Senior Services has also had an exceptional year and continues to make a significant impact on our community. Membership fee revenue increased by 9.5% in the first 7 months of 2026, compared to all of 2025, demonstrating both the growing demand of our programs and helping offset operational costs. Our staff has delivered over more than 1,200 activities, serving over 14,000 participants through wellness, education, recreation, and social programs. One highlight, as you saw in our video, was the Art for the Ages, an intergenerational cultural event which saw over a 23% increase in attendance. Some of our challenges, I'd like to go over some of our challenges as well. Like many local governments, recruiting and retaining qualified employees remains one of our greatest challenges. Entry-level wages are becoming less competitive with surrounding counties, contributing to high turnover. We are balancing limited personnel, limited operating budgets, aging maintenance equipment, increasing community expectations, and recreational needs of growing and increased diverse population. Some of the opportunities that we've seen have been helping us plan to expand cultural arts programming, strengthening stakeholder partnerships, pursuing additional grants and sponsorships, and embracing technology and enhancing customer service. Our focus remains providing on exceptional service while operating responsibly and efficiently. Our fiscal year 2027 priorities align closely with Reimagine Rockdale and center around the three key elements: access, equity, and innovation. Access through providing safe parks and facilities, expanding recreational opportunities, and increasing awareness of everything our department offers. Equity, ensuring every resident has access to quality programs regardless of age, ability, or background. And innovation, finding smarter ways to operate through technology, staff development, partnerships, sustainability, and data-driven decision-making. Turning now to our operating budget. The proposed operating budget totals approximately $6.8 million, I apologize. While personnel increased primarily due to salary and benefit adjustments, operating expenditures remain the same compared to fiscal year 2026, with the exception of the costly mill move. So that's why it's a little less, but all the other divisions are the same. One point I'd like to emphasize is that the budget is about protecting the county's investments, sustaining quality services, operating responsibility with the resources we've been entrusted to manage. Every dollar is evaluated through a lens for long-term stewardship. This is our current organization chart. We currently have 4 vacancies within this year. We hope to have them filled very soon. We have 99 positions across multiple service divisions. We have 4 vacancies, as I stated. Our employees continue to provide excellent customer service to our residents every day. Their dedication is the reason this department continues to earn state recognition while expanding services. This is the proposed. There is no changes. Our organizational structure remains unchanged. Our focus is maximizing efficiency, strengthening and internal operations, and supporting our existing workforce. We strive to improve processes while continuing to deliver exceptional customer service. So no changes at all. This is our it's no changes to the personnel budget, so no requests in anything from slide 8. And I would like to go over our capital project improvement plan. Focuses primarily on protecting the county's existing assets. The largest investments involve, that would be helpful. The largest investments involve vehicle replacement and technology improvements that support the daily operations and improve service delivery. So you'll see most of it is equipment or technology. Automotive equipment is more on the lawnmower side, the lawn maintenance side. So majority of our requests are for those. And then technology is just growing processes and programs that we use, and employees having access to their emails and those programs that we are using for our daily operations. And that concludes my report. I'd like to thank the Board of Commissioners for the opportunity to present to you, and I would like to thank the Parks and Recreation Department and Senior Services employees for my first year. This was my first year. I was probably a month in. So we're proud of what we have accomplished, and we're excited about where we are going, and we are committed to continuing to improve the quality of life for all Rockdale residents and visitors. Any questions?
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
So under Department 61, Parks and Recreation, it's about a $460,000 increase in non-exempt salaries. Can you talk about that?
Yep, that goes with some of the raises that were acquired this year. Mostly, that's what it is. It's not new additional employees at all. It's all based on whether it's raises or the performance measures that they were granted.
Okay. And then what about for contract labor under 6110-61? Talk about the increase, because when we look at 24 and 25, at max it was 97,000, and you're requesting 148,781.
Yep. Some of it goes with the increase in contracts. Some of our contracts that we have, or our maintenance contracts, increase every year, so it's not just the same for year 1, year 2, year 3. We also have, we've increased some of our contracts with our, what is the word? I'm sorry. Our 70-30 split contracts, which now we've gone from 90-10. So our tennis pros, our swim instructors, so those things have increased as well.
Okay, so that's where it would be. It's under culture and recreation for the vendors.
Yeah.
That's the page, the 6110.
I'm sorry. 60, which account?
6110, it says contract labor under purchased and contract services.
Yep, yes. So there's multiple things in that under 6110, not 6120. So
Okay, so you think it's due to like the more successful operation of the contract tennis instructors and things like that?
Multiples, yes. So it could be,
Okay.
if it's just for, if you're talking cultural events, it could be that increase. We have an increase in use of contractors that need to get, that we contract out for various services. Something minimal, but something similar is our bounce house
Right.
contractors. So those types of things.
That's what I thought that line item would probably be for.
It is, I'm sorry, for 6120, so I was 6120 is Parks and Rec, so you're speaking of 6110. I apologize.
Yeah.
My first statement was on 6120.
6110. So it looks like there's been like a large increase of maybe events with bouncy houses and that kind of thing.
It could be, and then
Okay.
even the artists that perform for our concert series. It could, and it's a variety of vendors,
Okay.
not specific to the food vendors that that pay us, but the vendors that we pay for the service that they provide at that specific event or all of the events above.
Okay. And then over in salaries non-exempt under 6120,
Yes.
participant recreation, that increase, so for 2024, it was 568,000 roughly, 614,000 the next year, 685 the next year, and now it's going to jump to $1,140,700.
So some of those increases for the you said exempt or non-exempt, I'm sorry?
This non-exempt.
Non-exempt. So those are more of our part-time employees, if I'm not mistaken?
Seasonal,
Seasonal,
part-time.
part-time, thank you, yeah. So some of have been increased. Our lifeguards were increased recently to be more competitive with the going programs that are out there and to retain our lifeguards. We also have our seasonal employees for summer camp. We have our seasonal employees for lifeguards in the summer, right?
Right.
And then some even just moving up if they've gotten to be a higher pay.
Okay. Deputy Director?
The vacancies are posted in 26 November.
Oh, right.
That's why we differently see the field.
Okay, all
So
right.
the vacancies weren't counted and now they're counted this year?
Yes.
Does that make, okay. So
Okay. All right. Thank you.
that's it?
Do you have anything else?
Nothing?
You're good.
Good?
All right.
Okay.
Very
So-
good, thank you.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, we have a little bit of a change in the schedule. So we have probate. Is Judge Washington going to join you? Okay, so probate's here. So my suggestion is we would go with probate, then
Sure.
EMA, then water resources. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, Director. Thank you, Deputy Director Wilson.
All right, make sure I've got this.
Yep. I'm always gonna try and be nice.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair,
Hello,
Commissioners.
good to see you.
to see you.
Congratulations again
Yeah,
on
thank
graduating with your degree. Yes.
Thank y'all so very much. Thank you, I
Yes.
appreciate it. Thank y'all
Good.
for having me out last week. Of course, you all know my name, but for everybody else, my name is Jamie White. I'm the Judicial Assistant with the Probate Court. And on behalf of our Chief Judge and our entire team, I'm honored to present the Probate Court's fiscal year 2027 proposed budget. As we prepare for our upcoming transition into the new judicial and administrative complex, our presentation today focuses on 3 core commitments, which is fiscal discipline, strategic innovation, and expanding public access to court services. Our court remains dedicated to serving Rockdale County with integrity and efficiency and fairness. And as we prepare to transition into that new complex, our operational philosophy centers on delivering high-quality public service while remaining strict stewards of taxpayer dollars. Looking at this slide, our commitment to cost efficiency has not come at the expense of productivity. Over the past year, our team has achieved major operational milestones. We have successfully audited, resolved, and closed 3,283 long-standing pending cases, which drastically reduced our court backlog. We've completed the historical preservation and indexing of historical court records that were previously in the dungeon. And we implemented all statutory Senate Bill 489 fee schedule adjustments and integrated a client success consultant to streamline our workflow. These improvements position us to expand court access to 5 days a week and offer same-day service for simple estate administrations once we move into the new facility. However, inadequate staffing levels and logistical complexity of emergency mental health transport remains critical challenges that we must resolve.
Can you talk about the mental health transport, please?
So
Because a lot of people don't know what the probate judge's office does.
does with that.
So you might want to explain that a
Yeah,
little
so
bit.
with our order to apprehend, during like business hours when the court is open, if someone is experiencing a mental health crisis, and that can be mental health, drug and alcohol related, oftentimes they're not necessarily committing criminal acts. And so the sheriff's office can recommend that a family member come to the probate court and with a witness and ask our judge to issue just an order to take that person into custody, not to jail, but take them to what is dedicated as an emergency receiving facility by the Department of Health. We don't have a dedicated emergency receiving facility, so we have to go to DeKalb County, or we have to work with our partners at the sheriff's office to try to find placement. And outside of just placement to get this emergency evaluation completed, they have to be transported there. And our deputies are very busy and they're consistently out on calls. So we may have family members come in, apply for the order to apprehend to get their, family member in emergency crisis, and we have no one that can come pick them up. Or we call DeKalb County and we say, hey, we've got, a citizen coming in for an emergency evaluation and they don't have space or they don't have beds. So our deputies, ourselves, we're kind of, what are we supposed to do with these people? You know, we have worked in the past with Piedmont. They're just not set up for any type of mental health. Like you need set a number amount of people per each bed, and they have been very generous in the past to take in those emergency, you know, evaluations, but they just aren't set up for it, and that poses risk for them. So being able to, if there was a way to have a mental health facility, that would be amazing. If there's a way to work with our Department of Behavioral Health partners to maybe try to get some designation to Piedmont Rockdale, that may be easier as well. Or if there's going to eventually be some holding where the sheriff's office can transport them to holding until they can get them the treatment that's needed.
What about Piedmont East Side? Have you worked with them?
I'm going to defer to Mary. Have you worked with? This is our chief clerk, Mary Hall.
No, ma'am. We haven't worked with Eastside. Eastside, we normally go to the AF Crisis Center, or we transport them to Fullerton Crisis Center. We end up calling the Department of Behavioral Health to get a location for them to go in case one of the facilities does not have a bed.
So what about Viewpoint Health? Are you working with them?
We can go to Viewpoint Health with it, but they don't have a facility for beds for them to do the treatment first, their emergency evaluation first, so they have to go to evaluation first before going to a facility.
Okay.
So Jamie, I think that you bring up a really good point that we need a documented process. And I know that we have a lot of partners. So, you know, this struggle is not just Rockdale, it's everywhere throughout the state. And the change in the way that we work with our mental health population, I mean, it really is challenging. So we'll commit our best effort to try and help you resolve that. So thanks for bringing that to light.
Thank you. That would be wonderful.
And you can't, and they can't, like if you call National EMS, they are not a transporter either.
No, yeah, and it's very specific rules what
Sure.
facility can see them and who can transport them.
It's one of
And it
those
was-
little known rules that you don't think about until you
Yes,
have to work
yeah.
with it.
And it was
Yeah.
just, I think last year or 24 when they allowed sheriff's deputies to even transport. It used to
Wow.
be, you know, you had to go through a process. So they're getting there a little at a time, but when you have nowhere to take them, that can become problematic. So, yeah, that's probably one of our bigger issues.
How
here
often does
for-
that happen in a year?
As of today, we're at 29 orders of apprehension, and this is January.
With that situation?
How many
Wow.
have been denied? Majority of those. Okay. She means denied completely. And out
For
of
help.
those, who were not able to get to transport? All of them?
All of them transported,
Other facilities.
Okay.
All right, and. yeah.
So have you reached out to the Stepping Up Committee?
We actually, a lot of times, Stepping Up will come to us if they have citizens, elder population, or if they have some that are experiencing some mental health. They come to us, and we really go more towards the guardianship side of that, which is a different aspect than
Right.
just a emergency mental health evaluation. And when those come into play, then we can order court evaluators to go out to visit them or to come to the court and evaluate that person. So there's a little more leeway we have with guardianships than we do with the orders to apprehend.
Okay, so those orders are 1013s?
They're the medical side is, they call them 1013,
Right.
and of course on our side, we call them orders to apprehend.
Okay, okay.
Okay. And then next one is under the Reimagine Rockdale Strategic Plan, our 2027 goals focus on access by expanding community outreach so residents navigate court procedures transparently, equity, removing operational barriers to deliver consistent justice, and innovation by deploying customer service, self-service kiosk, virtual hearings, and modernized case management. Looking at our operating budget, I want to highlight our fiscal discipline. The probate court heard the citizens and you all's agenda loud and clear regarding tax relief. In response, we cut our proposed operating budget from 223 down to 208, which is a net $15,000 reduction. And we want to reassure the board that this is not just a one-time adjustment. The probate court is committed to evaluating and trimming operational expenses year over year to support our efforts to reduce the tax burden. Next, you can see the direct line item for this reduction, which was $20,000 from professional services. We cut that from 105 to 85, and we did that by completing the preservation project and optimizing how we appoint court-appointed evaluators and special process servers.
So what are those professional services for?
So when we have to have court-appointed evaluators, mental health evaluators, court-appointed attorneys, special process servers, if someone is incapacitated in a hospital, they have to be served by a special process server. We had to get those as well because we've had difficulties getting service through the sheriffs because they're, again, busy as well with that. Any type of indigent cases, so for your filing fees or those court-appointed services that come with that, then it covers those costs as well.
Okay.
And go to the next one. This just details the statutory mandates governing the professional services line item, and just like you had asked about, it includes the OCGA requirements for guardian ad litem, mental health hearings, and our court management upgrades. So trimming that 20,000 here is our commitment to be lean and compliant. This illustrates our organizational structure. We currently operate with 10 positions and we have 0 vacancies. To meet growing caseloads and expanding facility demands, we are requesting 4 strategic personnel additions to bring our team to a total of 14. That is our proposed 2027 budget. So looking at that, our personnel requests reflect a creative cost-saving strategy. We are requesting 3 Deputy Clerk 1 positions, and that's at $45,864 each, and 1 part-time Associate Judge, and that's at $48,000. I want to specifically emphasize our part-time judge request for Associate Judge. First, we have a recruitment challenge. Even if you're trying to get a full-time judge, we have a recruitment challenge because attorneys who practice in Rockdale cannot preside over our cases due to legal conflicts of interest. So this forces us to have to recruit to the broader metro Atlanta area. And of course, with that, the pay scale and expectations for full-time judges far exceed what we can offer to them. So we've kind of come up with a creative solution by requesting a part-time position. So that way this attorney doesn't have to give up their private practice outside of Rockdale to take the bench. And then on top of that, it's more taxpayer savings because this position is part-time. Rockdale County will pay 0 when it comes to health care or pension benefits.
Isn't that what your associate judge does now?
Currently.
Okay.
So basically we would get 2 part-time associate judges for less than the price of 1.
Okay.
Huh?
And you have that much volume?
Yes, yeah. And it's wild. The chief and I were just talking this morning. You would think it's 2021. Again, the amount of death certificates and death permits alone has just increased drastically. It's kind of...
Well, it's an aging
it's
population,
really
so that
scary.
could be why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you look at it, you're like, is there something going on that no one's telling us about?
Please tell us, please look into that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Right
people.
away.
Moving on to that, again, this is just for the justification of that. The 3 Deputy Clerk 1 positions are critical to support our transition to the new building, and also to ensure compliance with our mandatory e-filing state deadlines, and those are coming up soon. So without the support, increased filing volumes will create severe processing delays. And then the second part-time associate judge will support the chief judge in managing rising caseload volumes. And
Is your caseload above state average?
I will get back with you on that.
Okay.
We can look at those statistical reports and tell you what that
That'd be
is.
great.
Will you make a note of that for me? Thank you. So just in conclusion, our 2027 request demonstrates fiscal responsibility through operating cuts and year-over-year savings, and also a zero benefit judicial staffing. So we thank you for y'all's leadership and your partnership, and we're happy to answer any other questions that you have.
So I have a couple. When I look at the budget for 24, 25, 26, 27 proposed, it looks like there's a minimal budget. Things are going really good. We're at 771, and just over the last short time frame, it's jumped significantly, about 25%.
We realized, unfortunately, after some lawsuits, that a lot of compliance issues were not being handled, unfortunately. And not just like for a couple of years, decades. And so we had anticipated that that would come at a cost. Each cost of those, of course, the county has to front the cost to get those back into compliance, which would be paying for service, paying for guardian ad litems, and that would come out of that professional services budget. And we would front those costs until we got reimbursed back from the parties who were out of compliance. And luckily, as you can see, the following year, this year, we reduced that. We cut that significantly because we were able to be really creative. Our fiduciary compliance clerk came in and said, let's try sending out initial letters and see if we can get compliance rather than these costs to serve, and was very fortunate to be able to get a higher response on that, which is why we went ahead and cut for this year. And she's continued to do such a good job at that as well that we feel we'll be able to continue to bring that down as we are continuing to get into compliance.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, the video for EMA.
Hello, I'm Sharon Webb, Director for Rockdale County Emergency Management Agency. Rockdale County EMA consists of 4 divisions, which are to include EMA, 911 Communications, Animal Services, and Risk Management. 911 funding is used in maintaining the 911 center. This includes software, technology, equipment, and personnel. Funding is spent on making sure the computer-aided dispatch, which is how we receive the calls and track responses, the geographic information systems, which is our digital mapping, which helps us find the closest unit to respond, have the newest software upgrades. Funding is also used to assist with personnel training to make sure the communication officers are trained and evaluated so that they provide the highest level of customer service to people in need of emergency response. Animal services funding is used for purchases of medicines, vaccines, sanitation necessities for the shelter, equipment, and overall sheltering needs at the facility. For risk management, funding is used for insurance policies. This helps to cover the employees, property, and citizens of the county. EMA's funding assists with the maintenance of our 9 weather sirens that have been installed at the county parks throughout the county, and the county's emergency alerting notification system, RAVE, which is how we alert the citizens of the county through text, email, or phone call when there is an emergency situation. While county funding is needed, I can say the overall EMA department is fortunate that we are assisted with funding sources for operations from state, federal, and local grants. These grants have assisted with equipment, training, personnel salaries across all the EMA divisions so that we can respond in a successful manner, fulfill the duties of each division, and offer the best to Rockdale County citizens. Thank you for your continued support to the Rockdale County Emergency Management Agency.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Commissioners, and colleagues. I'm here on behalf of Director Webb. She is actually in a conference. So bear with me, bear with my English. If I get a little excited, I go too fast, just tell me to slow down, please.
Okay. We like your enthusiasm.
Thank you. I was telling Director White, I said I could actually sing this budget better than I can speak. But I'm just joking now, I will not be singing. My director will probably choke me later. Let's get started. Thank you. As Director Webb mentioned, EMA, Emergency Management Agency, has is 4 divisions. We have EMA, we have Risk Management that just got back under us. We have E911, and we have Animal Services. So, division for EMA and Risk Management is a disaster ready and resilience Rockdale County. Our mission, Rockdale County Emergency Management Agency leads and coordinates mitigate, preparedness, response, and recovery in Rockdale County to minimize the impact of disasters and emergencies on the people, property, environment, and economy. Our values are public service, respect, collaboration, integrity, and competence. E911 vision is to provide a service dedicated to supporting all public safety departments, protecting life, saving properties, and assisting the citizens of Rockdale County. E911 mission is, as a center, is to serve as the critical link between our citizens and public safety providers with the highest level of integrity. We are dedicated to supporting all public safety departments in their quest of protecting life, saving properties, and assisting the public. Our standard is excellence, and our motto of success is teamwork. The values are responsibility, integrity, teamwork, respect, and ethics. Animal Services vision, a future where our citizens and government work together so that every creature is compassionately cared for and has a safety place to call home. Mission, Rockdale County Animal Services educates, enforces, and assists Rockdale County citizens and visitors with animal needs through a tactful, dignified, discreet, caring, and protective manner. As part of the mission of RCAS, the division will strive to become a no-kill agency. Values, health of animals, quality of life, cooperative accountability, care, cleanliness, professionalism, efficiency, use of tax dollars. Opportunities and challenges, and I am just going to highlight a few for each division. The successes, EMA, active LEPC. We are on a quarter meetings, and we just had our meeting yesterday, and we should be having another one November 2nd. If anybody's interested in attending that.
What is LEPC?
LEPC is your local emergency planning committee.
Oh.
It's active meeting quarterly, and it's got about 15 partners, and that includes your sheriff's department, your fire, your national, all the good stakeholders. And that is training sections. Now we have to be ready. We never know what can happen, so we have to be ready. So that's one of the reasons why they get together and they work on that. The next one is install ADs in county parks with a Stop the Bleed kit. So we have been able to, through grants, provide Stop the Bleed and ADs for the county parks. 911.
Are they located in the LED?
They are inside of the parks have the outdoor box, and they have a code, and they have to call 911. 911 in the case of an emergency, they will give you a code to type it in, and the box unlocks, and then they will help you go through how to use it, even though the machine is pretty self-explanatory. When you turn it on, it tells you what to do.
And are there Narcan boxes inside each of those too?
I'm not sure. I can get back with you on that one.
Okay, because I know at one time we had an initiative to make sure there were Narcan
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll get back with you on that
available in
one.
all of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
With 911, we have implemented the priority dispatch for fire and police department, which is a protocol when that is a case of fire or something like that. 911 dispatcher comes in, they click on this. Once they put in the call, the software comes up, and they're able to guide them what they need to do for safety of the citizen and also our first responders. So they are using that right now. Also, they have developed the structured QA program, which is a position that we received last year. And our Q&A, she listens to the calls that has been taken. She gives the pros and the cons of a call, and then we go to the supervisor with here's what you should do, here's what. So it's a good thing to kind of keep the dispatchers, aware of the good things they're doing, also the things they should be working on. As Director Webb mentioned earlier, Animal Service is also a no-kill shelter since July of 2024. We also have come up with a volunteer coordinator and kennel assistant, which that's helping a lot, and they are enforcing getting our dogs in and out in a timely manner. Risk management has received a grant, is an $8,500 grant for ACCG, or from ACCG, and that is to provide more stop-to-bleed kits, help with supplies for the massive casualty trailer, also training for E911, ergonomic chairs for E911, cameras for tennis center, equipment for UGA and extension garden, and also 20 dual-facing cameras for fire. Also, the opportunities we have, EMA is going to have the second annual National Preparedness Day, and that is tentative September 26th. 911 is looking for community outreach, so they're getting the opportunity to get out and speak to the public. In Animal Services, public education classes, new adoption and volunteer programs, improved customer service. And risk management has started the monthly safety videos with partnership with our PR department and county employees. As everybody knows, with anything good, you always have a challenge. So our challenges for EMA citizen participation on the things that we do, it's, we try to do training, and getting the participation of the citizens will be a great thing for everyone. 911 is the mental health awareness. As you know, when you receive a call sometimes in distress, sometimes you wear your feelings on your sleeves, so they all need the care mentally.
So do 988 calls come into the dispatch, into the EMA dispatch?
Yes, ma'am.
And then those calls are then sent where? Are they sent to the, or do they go to the Georgia Crisis and Access line?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
The 988 calls, you talked about mental health awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Are people using 988, but you're still getting mental health calls? Is that what you're talking about?
Now, this is, I believe, is for the employees. It's for actually the employees.
Okay.
Just like what happened a couple months ago, that it was a shock even for the people that were in that room that received the call.
Right.
So those are the things that we're working on, is the mental health of the employees.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Animal Services is in need of kennel repairs. Now they're with the use, the wear and tear, it's becoming costly because we have to repair several of those. I have a budget, not a budget, but a quote for only getting 20 of those kennels, and is fixed, and is about $17,000. Just so you can have an idea. And risk management is also working, to slow down the motor vehicle claims, which that's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
The goals and initiatives for 2027. The Department reimagine Rockdale strategic plan. Access, mobile pet adoption, volunteer programs, equity, trainings for the community to include preparedness, response, 911, risk management, and safety. Innovation, risk management, safety videos, stop the bleed training with citizens in the school system. Operating budget summary. As you can see, this page is included risk management, so that's what it looks absolutely. But the changes there is the cost of insurance for the buildings of Rockdale County. The operating budget for E911, it has gone up some due to overtime because of vacancies we have to use the employees we have, so it's costing with the overtime. Did I skip one? Hold on, I'm sorry. Animal services. Animal services, their budget has had an increase. First of all, with overtime. They operate 6 days a week, sometimes 7. So operation, it takes, and being short-staffed, that takes funding. Repair, as I mentioned, numerous kennel repairs needed and building repairs needed. So that was why we had an increase. Auto supplies, and the auto supplies is not just your uniforms for staff, but it's also vaccination that they are very costly. And we have to make sure that our animals are taken care of, it, not only the employees. We also increase our water and sewer, because when you have a kennel and you have animals, you have to also keep it clean. So our water bills are going up. Education and training, we have 15 employees to become certified euthanasia technicians. And we have 10 animal services officers, kennel level 1 and 2 certified animal cruelty investigators. So all of those need to have training to be able to operate. And others purchase services, that is also a cost for 10 personnel rabies vaccination and certified mail. So those were the increase of $30,268 from animal service come from. Okay, operating budget request, as I mentioned, most of them were for, let me see, this one is for risk management. We have increased due to non-professional services due to Concentra, and also our ACCG Concentra is our drug testing, your random drug testing, and also your ACCG IRMA fees. They are accrued with injuries and all that. We also have raised or increased the budget for the insurance due to the liability for our buildings. Now that we have a new building, we have also to include that for 2027. 911 was actually $20,000 extra for the overtime because that's needed. Also, we had to add software for 911. That's a Microsoft software that has been required by our technology services. So we have to increase $7,951. Plus also we have increased the travel, another $9,000 due to staff personnel travel in conferences and trainings. Most of our dispatchers have to go to Forsyth sometimes for a week or so for training. So, and other conferences around U.S. Animal services, again, we have requested an extra $10,000 for overtime. We have requested an increase of $13,000 for repair and maintenance for the kennel repairs and building maintenance and updates. We have requested an extra $6,000 for training. We have requested $5,000 extra for water and sewer. And we have requested an extra $16,000 for other supplies, which is the cost for vaccination and medical supplies for the animals. And this is just a justification of all the increases that we have requested. As I mentioned previously, the professional service for risk management, it was an increase of $32,359. Insurance, $432,808. Overtime for 911 is 20. The software for 911 is an extra $7,951. Travel for 911, $9,000. Overtime for animal services, an extra $10,000. Repair and maintenance. Took over kennel repairs and buildings updates was 13. Training for animal services was 6,000 increase. Increase of water and sewer was 5,000 for animal services, and the other supplies for animal service was an increase of 16,000 to cover costs for vaccinations, medical supplies, equipment, new vendors, and offset from professional services. Here's is our current organizational chart. There is no changes, but we do have at the moment 2 vacancies in animal services and 7 under need 911, but we are having several new staff starting in the next week or 2. So I believe that is 5 are waiting in to start. Then our 5-year capital improvement plan. We are requesting $170,000 for vehicles.
How many vehicles is that?
We are requesting 2 for animal services. They are $85,000 each because of the equipment they have to have in it. And that's for replacement of 2 older vehicles that they have. One has over 157,000 miles and the other one has over 105. Technology is for 911 is due to Motorola and our new equipment, the UPS, because we have to make sure the equipments are running so we can be able to operate. And that's for critical pieces of equipment, provide backup power during outages, ensure continuous operations of essential communication system, acts as a bridge between the main power source and the vital equipment. It prevents disruption to emergency services. For animal services, we have requested $20,150 for technical equipment, which includes 3 tablets and accessories, 2 laptops, and all of this is going to go on the vehicles that they're requesting. Complete system for field work citation process, real-time situational awareness, rapid deployment, and versatile to adapt. Building improvement for EMA. We have requested a storage building, and it's a $55,000 to store response equipment. Right now, most of our equipment are inside the trailers. Some are under the weather. And we are using also a house it came with the property, and that house has to be replaced. And that's what we're requesting the building, because the house has mold leaks and it's falling apart. Anybody that has been there has seen it. Animal services, we are requesting $55,000 so we can have a pole barn with concrete pads. It's an area to cover all of our trailers and vehicles for animal services, and it's also to take care of the building, concrete, grading, utilities, and landscaping. Also, for animal services, we're requesting for exterior and interior improvements by $42,000, and that's to fence pasture in the back, awning at play area, and kennel repairs.
So what is the 16 million under technology programs and improvements for 2028.
That's 2028. I'll get back
I
with you on that
believe
one.
that's the Motorola radio upgrades.
It is, isn't it? Yes, that's the one that we're,
Okay.
and that's not paid. I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it's not paid all at once. It's a contract and it takes probably 10 years.
It's phased in.
Yeah.
That's
It's
for
phased
sure.
in,
It's
yeah, in
not-
front of-
It's not one allocation. So,
Yeah, it's phased in with time.
Okay.
Let me make sure. Okay, never mind. Let me go back here. For 2028, again, another vehicle for, 2 vehicles for animal services. And those also are replacements for 2028.
Vehicle, okay, got it.
Technology, again, for 2028. And that's the 16 million. It is for the 911 upgrade. I don't know if y'all know, 911 actually has 2 locations. We kept the other one up in case that is an issue. We have that to fall back. So, and this is also for software consoles, repeaters, device migrations, maintenance overall, a 911 center to continue operations and communication, and also to take care of the server. Also for Animal Service 2028, we're requesting 2 more tough books and 2 laptops for a few officers. And also, and for 2029, vehicles for animal services. As y'all all know, our vehicles are older, so they are requesting 1 vehicle replacement for 2029. And also requesting a new building for animal services for 2029 will be a new facility, and that's where the 8 million is coming from, part of that 16 million. It would be an additional facility relocation or expansion of a 911. For 2030, we're requesting another vehicle for, is also a replacement for animal services. And technology for animal services would be 3 tough books and 2 tablets, again, replacing equipment for staff in the field. And that's it. If y'all have any questions, I will try my best to answer.
How many vehicles do you have now?
I'm
How
sorry?
many vehicles do you have now?
At Animal Services? Let me get back with you on that, but I don't want to say what I'm not sure.
Thank you.
I'll get back with that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Water Resources video, and Director Peak is here.
Hello, I'm Kimberly Peak. I'm the director here in Rockdale County for Water Resources. Today, I'm going to tell you a little about how we spend our budget here in Rockdale County. So here in Rockdale Water Resources, we currently have several divisions. We have our administrations division, we have our engineering division, we have our operations division, we have our water treatment division, we have our wastewater treatment division, and last but not least, our most front-facing division, our customer service and business affairs. So we use our budget pretty much for the operation and maintenance of the water and the wastewater facility here in the county. You may ask, what is the wastewater facility? The wastewater facility is the facility that collects all of our wastewater from citizens here in the county and treat it. Okay, what is the water facility? Is to distribute clean water to the citizens here in the county. Okay, we have a distribution system, which is the water system, a capacity of 22.1 million gallons a day. On the wastewater side, we have a capacity of 11.77 million gallons a day. We're only averaging just about 6.1 million gallons a day on the wastewater side, and we're averaging just about 14.1 million gallons a day on the water distribution treatment side. Rockdale County, we do not outsource our water. We have our own water source here in the county. We currently house 5.4 billion gallons of water, and we have the best water in the city. Currently, we have 2 contract support teams that I was able to work with. Corporate Environmental Risk Management is one of those contract support teams, and the other one is Infomart ESG. What I was able to do with Infomart ESG, I was able to decrease that budget by $200,000. And with CERM, I was able to keep that budget flat. Water resources is not covered by SPLOST. For FY27, I do think there will be some available funds from SPLOST for water resources. Right now, we are an enterprise fund. And what that means for us is that we're not tax-based. All of our revenue is from services. Water service, sewer service, where citizens pay for the water bills, citizens pay for the sanitary sewer bill, they pay for water meters, they pay for all of the services from water and wastewater. I hope you understand a little bit more about water resources here in Rockdale County. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Chair, Madam Chair and Commissioners. I will be presenting the Rockdale County 2027 operating and 5-year CIP budget. Okay, and again, my name is Kimberly Peak. I am the Director for Water Resources. I got a clicker. I guess.
Down, like
okay.
yeah.
We'll figure it out, okay. All right, well, thank you. And I'll start off by talking about our vision, mission, and values. Department statement. Our vision here in Rockdale Water is to be the premier water and sewer utility in the state of Georgia, championing economic development and service delivery while embracing environmental stewardship in Rockdale County. Our mission is to remain perfectly positioned to provide the ultimate natural resource, which is water. Our values are quality, dependability, and exceptional service. My next slide. Next, I will talk about the opportunities and challenges in Rockdale Water Resources, and I will start off with our successes. This is the 19th consecutive year that our Jeeves Mill Water Treatment Plant has earned the Platinum Award from Georgia Association of Water Professionals. What this means for us is that we haven't had any violations on the water treatment side. We launched a new online portal, which is our Silver Blaze portal. That's a leak detection and process automation platform. We also earned Platinum Awards for our 5 wastewater facilities. The previous 5 years, we were Gold Awards, and now we're at the Platinum status to where we don't have any violations for the 5 wastewater treatment facilities. We recently completed our 2025 Consumer Confidence Report. This report is always a year behind. This report confirmed that Rockdale Water Resources have no contaminations or violations in our drinking water.
Excellent.
We implemented new warehouse inventory and asset management technology, which is a system called Sortly. We launched our Doppler technology, which is a response management system. We also have our audit currently going on. ISI Water Company of America is currently doing the audit of all water and sewer accounts and field assets. That was a success for us because we're actually trying to define everything we have in the field and compare it to what we actually are billing and charging for. We successfully completed water distribution class with, in partnership with Atlanta Regional Commission. This was the first water distribution operators certification training that water department had, so this was a success for us. We started it and we completed it in cooperation with Atlanta Regional Commission. Okay, the opportunities. Our opportunities are to focus on our aging water and sewer infrastructure, work floor management, wastewater capacity, additional grant funding, provide additional training and career development for our staff, educational outreach, upgrade, implement new CRM ERP system, implement wastewater collections operator certification course in partnership with ARC. So we recently completed, like I said, the water distribution, and now we're getting ready to start the wastewater collection operator certification training. Challenges for water resources. Our challenges are a competitive job market, increase in cost of material and supplies, aging infrastructure, of course, the water treatment plant, our water supply dam, aging infrastructure, recruiting and retaining certified water distribution operators in a competitive job market, maintaining rolling stock levels, long-term funding for capital improvement projects.
So can I ask you,
Yes, ma'am.
so how many employees are taking these certification courses?
We currently, well, the last class, I think we had 7, was it 7 or 8 employees? Around 10 employees.
Okay.
It was around 10 employees, and we're trying to get everybody certified, Commissioner, pretty much on the water and wastewater side, because when we have a certified workforce, they are more marketable and they do great job for the county, you know, in general. So we want them to understand everything when it comes to wastewater and the water. Okay. And I think this class that we're doing, I think we should have just about 10. I think we're doing 10 each class. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, FY27 goals and initiatives for water resources. Assess, review, repair, and replace aging infrastructure, of course, water and sewer, multiple GDOT and RDOT water and sewer relocation projects we currently have, replacement of copper and lead water service lines. Now, when we say replacement of copper and lead water service lines, we're currently doing inventory to see if we have copper and lead water service lines. And if we find copper and lead water service lines, we will replace. Okay, equity, continuing education, training for leaders and emerging leaders. We want to continue to partner with local PTAs, schools, and social civic groups through our utility education program. We're going to continue to audit water and sewer accounts, water distribution and wastewater operator collection certification program with ARC, what we spoke about earlier. We want to continue that training for the distribution and the collections operators. Innovation, champion conservation and reduce financial impacts to the utility and its customers by automating leak and high consumption alerts. That's what we have with our Silverblaze software. Implement streamlined and self-service options, e.g. payment kiosks. So we're looking to bring 2 kiosks to Rockdale Water, Rockdale County, for customers' care and business affairs. We want to also expand our smart cap leak detection program. We also brought a smart leak detection program to the county. We brought that last year. We want to expand that. So we have smart caps in certain areas. We want to eventually have them around the entire county. Implement testing, repair, and replacement of large commercial meters. Operating budget summary. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, operating budget summary. Operating budget summary. Total operating expense. And this report is provided by our finance department. Our total operating expenses for FY26 was $45,780,976. Our proposed operating budget for FY27 is $47,472,989. This is a change of $1.6 million. Our total personnel services and benefits budget in FY26 was $7,336,960. Our proposed FY27 operating budget is, total personnel and services, is $7,574,171. This is a change of $237,211. Our total estimated budget impact for FY26 was $53,117,936. For FY27 is $55,047,161. This was a change of $1.9 million. I also like to add that the operation and maintenance budget decreased by $12,750 year over year. Our increases came to the increase to bond payments of 1.4 million and depreciation expense of 200,000 are major drivers to our increase of our operating budget. We also had a 3% increase to personnel service and benefits attributed to the performance reviews and the COLA. Operating budget request. Repair and maintenance. Maintain and repair the water distribution and wastewater collection infrastructure through preventive maintenance, emergency response, and system improvements to ensure safe, reliable, and uninterrupted utility services. FY26 budget for repair and maintenance was $1,815,810. FY27 cost $1,834,638, which is a change of $18,828. Gasoline and diesel. Provides fuel for department vehicles and equipment to support daily operations and emergency response. Of course, we are a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week operation, so we move in vehicles 24 hours, 7 days a week, okay? The FY26 budget was $111,500. FY27 cost is $119,000, and that's a change of $7,500. Our technical services include our contractual services for water, wastewater, customer service, and engineering operations. This includes services like Infomar, CERM, and the Doppler new software that we just brought on. FY26 budget for technical services was $14,968,361. FY27 cost is $14,974,302, which is a change of $5,941. General supplies and materials. Water and wastewater material and supplies for collection and distribution operations and water and wastewater treatment facilities. The FY26 budget was $2,386,799. The FY27 cost is $2,392,049. It was a change of $5,250. Operating budget request justification. Right here, I will speak about the justification for the increases we had to the repair and maintenance budget, the gasoline and diesel, the technical services, and the general supplies and maintenance. Repair and maintenance. The repair and maintenance increase was pretty much funding supports the rising cost of maintaining and repairing water distribution and wastewater collection infrastructure to ensure safe, reliable, and uninterrupted utility services. And as I spoke about on the previous page that was $18,828. The gasoline and diesel. The gasoline and diesel supports the day-to-day operation of a department, vehicles and equipment needed to maintain utility infrastructure, support routine field activities, and respond to service needs and emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's $7,500. Technical services, contractual services required to maintain water, wastewater, customer service, and engineering operations and meet ongoing operational needs. That change was $5,941. General supplies and maintenance, materials and supplies needed to maintain water and wastewater collection, distribution, and treatment operations and ensure reliable utility services. And that change was $5,250. And I also had another note, although there was minimum increases to the above line items, the overall operation and maintenance budget did decrease, which I spoke about earlier, for $12,750 year over year. There was a decrease. our organization chart. This is our current organization chart. So I would go through our current structure. Of course, we have our administration division, which includes myself as the director. We currently have no vacancies. Currently working with me is I have a deputy director. I have one general manager of infrastructure. I have one general manager of customer care and business affairs. I have a general engineering manager, and I have a project manager, and of course, we have our business administrations manager. That makes up the administration division. This is a RWR organization chart, current, continued, finance and strategic services division. That's one of our newer divisions here in the county. Deputy director runs that particular position. That is a position currently that Deputy Director Jameson oversees. He's responsible for the sewer rehab infrastructure manager. He also has the compliance manager. He has the business and financial analyst, and he also has our capital projects. He manages all of our capital projects here in the county. My next slide is the continued finance and strategic services division continued. We have our sewer rehab infrastructure manager. We currently have no vacancies for that division. We have administrative operations coordinator who supports the manager of that division. We have a senior utility tech. We have a field inspector. We have 2 field inspectors, and we also have our contract sewer rehab contract support team, which is CERM, Corporate Environmental Risk Management. Okay, organization chart continued. General manager of infrastructure. This is our infrastructure division. General manager of infrastructure. I'm sorry, thank you. Thanks. The general manager of infrastructure is Mr. Richard Davis. Richard Davis currently is responsible for the water treatment plant. He's responsible for the water and sewer operations manager, the warehouse manager, the warehouse operator, our contract support team, which is ESG, our collection and distribution operations, which is ESG, and our wastewater treatment operations that ESG currently manages for us. Organization chart continued. Water and sewer operations manager. We have our superintendent of water. We have our superintendent of sewer. We have our utility locate technician. We have our customer service representative dispatch, and we have 2 customer service representative dispatch that's responsible for taking out our calls for water and sewer. Under the superintendent of water, we have a backflow coordinator, we have a water distribution inspector, and we have a water quality coordinator. Under the water quality coordinator, we have 4 water quality technicians. Over to the sewer side, the sewer superintendent has a sewer collection inspector. We have a utility locate technician. We have 2 utility locate technicians. We have, and we currently have no vacancies. Okay, now we will go to the water treatment plant. The water treatment plant, and it's currently overseen by our water treatment plant manager. That's Vernor Murray. He has an administrative coordinator that supports him. We also have a water treatment plant superintendent. We have a chief operator. We have a mechanical maintenance supervisor. We have a water supply tech coordinator, and we have a water supply tech. Continue. Water treatment continue. We have a water treatment plant superintendent. We have a lab tech coordinator and a lab tech 2. Okay, also for the water treatment continue, we have a chief operator. We have a lead operator. Then we have a water treatment operator. We have several water treatment operators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 water treatment operators for our water treatment plant. Okay. And currently no vacancies. Maintenance supervisor for the water treatment plant. We have a maintenance coordinator. We have we have 2 maintenance coordinators. We have a maintenance specialist. I'm sorry, we have 4 maintenance specialists. Should have just numbered those to make them easier, but we have 4 maintenance specialists. Continue. We would now go to my engineering division. We have a general engineering manager, that's David Savoni. He has an administrative coordinator. He also has a principal engineer. that works along with him. He has an engineer and construction manager, and he has of course, the contract support team, which is CERN, Corporate Environmental Risk Management. Under the principal engineer, we have an engineering tech. Along with the engineering and construction manager, we have a superintendent of inspections. We have 2 water and sewer inspectors. Continue. This is our customer service and business affairs department. We have a general manager of customer care and business affairs. We currently have no vacancies. We have an administrative operations coordinator that supports that general manager. We have a customer service manager, and we have a business affairs manager. Organization chart continued from customer care and business affairs. We have customer service manager. Working along with that customer service manager, we have a customer service supervisor and a customer service advocate. Working along with the customer service advocate, we have a customer service account specialist. We have 2, and we have customer service representatives. We have 8. Under the business affairs side, we have a business affairs manager. We have a customer account and business service liaison. Under that customer account and business services liaison, we have collection specialists, billing specialists, and customer account specialists. And then we go over to the field services technician supervisors. These are the ones that do our meter reading on a daily basis, the field services technician. So we have a field service technician supervisor. We have a senior field service technician. We have a field service technician 1. We have 2 field service technician 1s. We have 1 field service technician, and we have 1 field service technician 2 under the field service technicians. Sewer infrastructure manager. The sewer infrastructure manager has an administration operations coordinator that supports them, field inspector. We have 3 field inspectors, and we have contract support team, sewer rehab contract support team, which is corporate environmental risk management. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. And what you all see off to the side, the personnel request is proposed for FY27, and we'll talk about that a little later with a justification for that. Okay, the proposed organization chart. This is the proposed organization chart. So this is how we wish to look in FY27, opposed to the one that our current organization chart. The only differences are for this proposed organization chart is that we're asking for a utility locate service supervisor, which would work up under the water and sewer operations manager, which is Richard Davis, and I will give the justification for that particular position a little later in the presentation. Customer care and business affairs. We're proposing a billing supervisor for this particular operation, and I will give the justification for that position later. Personnel budget request. Now, this is the justification for the positions that we're asking for FY27. So pretty much we're asking for the billing supervisor, which will report to customer care and business affairs, new position. The salary plus 40% benefits is $71,053. We're asking for a utility service supervisor, which will report our distribution team, new position. And we're asking for $71,053 is the salary and plus 40% benefits. The field inspector position is a reclass position. So that's something we already have. We just want to change the title, reclass the title to better align with the duties that that particular employee is doing.
Can you go through, I'm a little confused in the water department. It seems like there's several layers of billing this, financial that, and all kinds of things. So I'm trying to understand the hierarchy of how that works and how that's efficient.
Okay. Let me talk about the customer service and business affairs team. Customer service and business affairs. So we have our Customer Service and Business Affairs General Manager. Okay, under the General Manager, we have two senior leads. We have the billing manager, Business Affairs Manager. I'm sorry, that's Kelly, and we also have our Customer Service Manager, Miss Arnold.
And is that receivables?
On the customer service side, the Customer Service Manager pretty much handles all of the front-facing customers, customer service, everything. People that come in, they take the payments at the payment window.
So that would be your receivables?
That's the receivables.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
That's
so
the
they
receivables.
offset each other.
Right. On the business affairs side, that's everything collections and billing.
So I think you've given us a lot of different positions within the organization,
Yes, ma'am.
but that's the one that I'd love to see the layout for.
Okay.
Of how that all works.
Okay, absolutely. And now, outside of the organization structure, would you like me to put something else together, or?
Outside of what you presented, yes, just how
Okay.
the financial piece works.
Okay.
Because I know there's several people, like I think Barbara's the customer service manager.
She's a customer service supervisor.
Supervisor.
And it is, sure, it's a lot of layers over there. But I also want to say this. We still don't even have enough employees to do the job over there, to be honest with you.
Okay.
We just don't have enough for what we see every day, 5 days a week.
The volume.
We don't, absolutely. So we
Yeah.
kind of like doubling up in duties over there.
Yeah.
Right. So we are trying to do a couple of things that will help the operation out better, to better align with what our goals are over there in customer care and business affairs, which is to provide great customer service.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Very good. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. Okay, so the billing supervisor, we'll talk about the billing supervisor position. The billing supervisor position, and this is what we talked about, Madam Chair, oversee and participate in all county water billing operations by supervising staff, ensuring accurate and timely billing in compliance with Rockdale Water Resources ordinances, policies, and procedures, resolving complex billing issues, monitoring revenue and billing performance, and collaborating with internal departments to protect utility revenue, maintain regulatory compliance, and provide exceptional customer service. So that's what we're asking for that billing supervisor. We do have a business affairs manager. We don't have a billing supervisor. So we don't currently have anyone supervising billing. And what I've learned for the 5 years I've been here, we need a direct, someone to deal with high-level issues when it comes to billing, because that billing is our revenue. That's how we do business here in the county, to be able to get these jobs done. So we definitely need someone to oversee that operation to make sure we're doing what we should be doing, and that we're billing correctly, and not only billing correctly, but receiving correctly.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. The utility locator service supervisor is the other position that we're asking for, which is $71,053. That particular position provide dedicated oversight of utility locating operations, improve damage prevention and regulatory compliance, enhance response times and service quality, ensure workforce accountability, and protect the county's critical water and wastewater infrastructure. Currently, Chair, we only have, and Commissioners, we only have 2 utility locators.
Okay.
They can't keep up with the volume of utility locates we get on a daily basis. Because they can't keep up with the volume of the utility locates that we get on a daily basis, we're actually paying fines for being late for responding to utility locate calls. We need more oversight, so I'm asking for a supervisor to be able to supervise that operation. They will not only supervise that operation, but they will also assist in responding to the calls. We need more bodies. So that person will also assist, respond to the calls, and ensure that we're making it to the calls in time. Right now, we have operations manager that has so many duties they have to do, and they kind of oversee that operation too. But I need better oversight so we can stop getting these fines from utility locate.
What is causing that increase in the?
We have contractors. You have a lot of work coming here in the county. So we have to locate our water and sewer utilities. We have to locate our water and sewer utilities for any commercial work that comes here in this county, any contractors that come here in this county, and also for our interdepartmental personnel. When we repair water, sewer lines. We have to locate these utilities and we have to mark them. Of course, we have the safe call where everyone call to say, hey, we need utilities located. And we have to get to those calls in time or we get fined for them. Okay? By us only having 2 people, even when one is out, it's a heavy load. It's a heavy load. So we try to pull from Peter to pay Paul sometimes. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But we want to better align with the workload that we have coming in over there.
Another question. Is it possible or is it feasible to charge those that are requesting that if it's a business?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's part of the utility locate to where you have to mandatory to mark your utilities.
It's where you call 811.
You call 811, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If it was a charging service, we'd be rich. But no, we can't do that. All right.
Or there'd be a lot more accidents.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, and the field inspector, we did talk about the field inspector. It's no new position. We're just trying to reclass to help this position better align with the duties that they have. This position is being reclassed to field inspector to align the employee classification with the higher level inspection, contractor oversight, and project management responsibilities currently being performed in support of the county's expanding sewer rehabilitation program. So that's what we're asking for, those 2 new positions and 1 reclass for FY27.
Director Holmes, did you have something?
No, I did. It's something you mentioned earlier. The reclass is going from a pay rate 19 to a 21, so it doesn't really reflect that total amount.
Okay.
It's just the difference from the existing salary and the budget.
Okay.
To that. So it's a little bit less.
Okay, so we'll do it. Okay, so we'll take that. Thank you. Okay. Okay, the 5-year capital improvement plan. Madam Chair and Commissioners, I actually gave you our 5-year CIP plan. And that, as you can see, that plan is huge. It's huge. It's totaling $105 million. This is the work we have to do in the county to better upgrade our water and wastewater facilities. You know, we have, like I say, we have the 5 wastewater treatment plants. We have the 32 pump stations. We have the water reservoir. You know, we have the water treatment plant. And of course, we have 680 miles of linear distribution system and 282 miles, which is a long way of sanitary sewer. We have to maintain that. We have to maintain that to be able to continue to give services here in the county. So, you know, we charge for services, so we want to be able to give great services. And so we need to be able to have capacity on our collection system and also capacity to distribute clean water. Okay, so we'll start the 5-year capital improvement plan. You all have the bigger picture. This is the smaller picture, but I would definitely go over the smaller picture. Okay, we have a 5-year capital improvement plan for Rockdale Water from 2027 to 2031. Our automotive equipment for 2027, $140,700, 2028, $147,000. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me let you do that. 2029, I'm sorry, 2029, $153,000, 2030, $160,000, 2031, $147,000, and a total for 5 years of $748,650. This automotive equipment just has something to do with the lease program that we have. So we're looking like, I think the vehicles have to be 10 years old. I'm thinking 10 years old or something like that. Well, ours are much older, but I'm thinking the county policy is 10 years old, but I was like 20 years old. So we're looking to change out vehicles, 10 vehicles every year from age is what we're looking to
So
do.
we have a policy.
You talking about the lease agreement?
The lease agreement.
It's a lease agreement, it's a contract.
Says every 10 years.
Well, maybe I'm wrong with every 10 years, so let me not say
Right, so
that.
I'd have to pull up the lease agreement, but it cycles in and out, kind of like copy machines and things like that, once it's
Right.
useful life, so.
Right. And all of our vehicles, I'd say 70% of water vehicles are past useful life, so we're just
Okay.
switching out. Okay?
Sounds good.
And it's there just in case, because General Services kind of have that conversation with us and let us know when it's time to change it out. So we just want to make sure we have the funds there when they get with us. Okay? So we may not necessarily spend this money each year.
Okay.
Okay? The technology programs and improvements. For 5 years, it came up to $960,000. Technology program and improvements. technology program and improvements are pretty much all of the new technology that we're trying to bring to the county. We brought the Silver Blaze. We brought the Doppler response management system. We're trying to identify, we also brought the leak detection program. So all of these particular programs is what we're trying to bring to the county to better efficiently manage water resources. And not only that, to help customers be able to, well, to be able to communicate. Let me say, for us to be able to communicate with customers better, and for customers to be able to communicate their needs to us better too. So we're looking for new technology to do that going forward. Construction and heavy equipment. Construction and heavy equipment over a 5-year period, we're only asking for $200,000. We're only asking for $200,000 because we currently been trying to get what we need in the previous year, so we only need $200,000 in 5 years. Building improvements, renovations, and expansions. This is the bulk of the county's money along with the infrastructure improvements. But building improvements, renovations, and expansions, of course, we have old facilities. We have old facilities here in the county. So over the next 5 years, we're asking for $775,000 to upgrade Rockdale County Water Resources facilities. New buildings, right now we have that zeroed out. We're not asking for any new buildings. Infrastructure improvements. Infrastructure improvements is that spreadsheet that I gave you all. Those are our infrastructure improvements. Several long-term jobs on there that we have to do improvements on. As a matter of fact, I think we've prioritized the list. We have a top 10. Do I have that with me? Okay. We have a top 10 list that I just want to kind of highlight top 10. Although we have several on what I gave you all commissioners, we have top 10 jobs, and I'm going to give you some of those particular projects. For engineering, we have Scott Creek and Hunting Creek Pump Station in Forest, Maine. Okay? That CIP for 2027 is $7 million. Oh, okay. $7 million. Total 5-year CIP was $9.5 million. Sewer rehabilitation, that's a top priority for us, where we're doing sewer rehab on all of our sewer here in the county. That way we don't have spills. What I can say 5 years ago when I got here, we was averaging probably 13 spills a year. I think this year we only have about 3 spills, sewer spills, and we're at the end of the year, so we're doing great with sewer rehab. Arm and branch trunk line replacement and upsize, that's $5.2 million. We have our water main improvements to remove dead-end mains. So we have several dead-end mains here where there's stagnated water. We want to remove those from our system. Over 5 years, we're asking for $9 million. We have our sewer emergency repairs, capital projects, several repairs for our capital projects. That includes that list that you have. And we're asking for, over a 5-year period, we're asking for $4 million. We have water and sewer relocations for road projects. That's for GDOT and RDOT. Anytime they do these roundabouts and things like that, we have to move our water and sewer services. We have to move them, we have to relocate them, and we have to pay for that. So that's a cost to Rockdale Water. So we're asking for $2 million over the next 5 years. And it looked like you had a question, Chair.
I always have questions, right? And so when we build those projects, does RWR get reimbursed for the work?
Well, sometimes we can
split with GDOT.
Sometimes we can split with GDOT. Yes, ma'am. That's a great question. Sometimes we can split with GDOT. Sometimes it's just mandatory for us to do it.
Got it.
Because it makes sense for, if they move their right of way, we have to move our utilities into the right of way.
Okay.
Okay. Water distribution, Delta Municipal Supply large meter replacement. That's a big thing that we're doing going forward with the large meter replacement. Right now, we're currently asking for $750 million over 5 years, but we will also handle some of that through our operation budget. Also, this is huge. On our large meters, I think we've currently spent about, was it $2 million?
Well, we're projecting about 2.4 over the next few years.
Okay, about 2.4 over the next few years. So this is just a minor what we're asking to what we have to spend to do large meter replacement. And thank you for that. And last but not least, we have Tall Oak Sewer Main Extension. That's another big project. That's $1.5 million. And we have installation and maintenance for 32 sewer flow meters. and that's 1.9 million. A couple of years ago,
many?
that's 32 sewer flow monitors. Chair, you can recall we already have 14 installed. A couple of years ago, I told you that was a big thing we wanted to do, to where we don't have to go out and do floor monitoring every time a contractor want to come here.
Right.
We have those meters actually inside of our sewer line, so we can kind of monitor, the capacity. So we eventually we want to do our whole system here in the county, just like we want to do on the water leak detection program, and that's where we're trying to go. So we're going to continue to work at it till we get there, and that was 1.9 million, and the total for our project was 105 for capital projects, and that completes my presentation. If you have any questions for me.
I don't think so. It's a lot of information to digest.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All right, well, thank you.
No questions.
Thank you.
All right, so now we've got
It's a
planning and
lot of money
development. We
to
can start
digest.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you have something?
Oh, I just said it's a lot of money to digest,
Yes,
It
ma'am.
is.
besides information.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we've got planning and development next, and we'll cue the video.
Are we supposed to
And-
take a break?
Hi, I'm Brandon White, Director of Planning and Development for Rockdale County. Planning and development consists of 4 functions: code enforcement, planning and zoning administration, inspections, and permits and licensing. These functional groups serve as the basis for the department's budget. Our code enforcement group enforces all the various regulations of the Unified Development Ordinance, including zoning, nuisances, and property maintenance code. Our planning and zoning administration team handles all of our administrative tasks, such as rezoning applications, special use permits, zoning verifications, and comprehensive planning. Our inspections group is outsourced to a third party, Safe Built, that performs building code plan reviews and inspections on behalf of Rockdale County. And our permits and licensing group handles alcohol licenses and business license applications.
Right, they don't know. No, he didn't.
Hi, I'm Brandon White, Director of Planning and Development for Rockdale County. Planning and development consists of 4 functions: code enforcement, planning and zoning administration, inspections, and permits and licensing. These functional groups serve as the basis for the department's budget. Our code enforcement group enforces all the various regulations of the Unified Development Ordinance, including zoning, nuisances, and property maintenance code. Our planning and zoning administration team handles all of our administrative tasks, such as rezoning applications, special use permits, zoning verifications, and comprehensive planning. Our inspections group is outsourced to a third party, Safe Built, that performs building code plan reviews and inspections on behalf of Rockdale County. And our permits and licensing group handles alcohol licenses and business license applications for Rockdale County and all businesses located in the unincorporated areas of Rockdale County. The focal points of our 2027 budget request are staff training, personnel, community engagement, and special projects. With a relatively new team in place in the ever-changing landscape of development and state regulations, it is important that the department retain its budget for training and professional development consistent with years past. Our primary goal with new department leadership in place is to address the department's organizational structure. That includes reclassification of our positions, such as our administrative coordinator for code enforcement, which will be a modest increase to our personnel budget. Updating job descriptions for some existing positions will serve no budget impact with those. We are requesting 2 new positions, a customer service representative and a planning technician, to add support roles and additional capacity. We anticipate those positions would add $100,000 to our personnel budget. Regarding community engagement, we are proposing a joint budget item with our public relations department for an engagement platform that will allow the community 24/7 access to various planning projects, planning initiatives, and active rezoning and special use permit cases. Lastly, the department has a number of specialized budget items we utilize annually, like our Magnet software, which is used for permits and plan reviews. That has a price tag of $41,000. We anticipate our biggest price tag will be the comprehensive plan update that we're required to do by state law, which allows us to have zoning regulations, impact fees, and allows the county to apply for state and federal grant opportunities. We anticipate a minimum $250,000 price tag for a third-party consultant to perform analysis, data gathering, engagement, and prepare and update our comprehensive plan document on behalf of the county. Thank you all for listening. I hope this presentation has given you a little more insight into the activities and the functions of the Planning and Development Department. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Good afternoon, Commissioner. So we'll move through this fairly briskly. We see each other on a regular basis. So our vision, mission statements. So the Planning and Development Department, we're here to help with preservation, economic development goals, quality of life, and strategic growth and development opportunities for the county. So over the past 12 months, some of the successes that we've had so far in 2025 through 2026, the adoption of the Rockdale County Housing Assessment was completed this spring. We worked hard with our ARC colleagues on getting that done, members of the community, stakeholder groups and whatnot, to get that document completed. We filled, well, at the time of this PowerPoint creation, we had filled all of our code enforcement vacancies. We currently now have 1 vacancy in code enforcement. So we're back at it there. But the third success story was the adoption of the short-term rental program and the regulations associated with that. So we've gotten a few applications so far. So we're still working to get our vendor up and running so we can scour the internet and really get out and start
That'd
the
be
interface
great.
with
We
the
know
public.
there's at least 125 on those sites,
Right,
correct?
exactly.
So maybe Deputy Director White can make that happen and help promote that in our local newspaper and other places that may help get the word out.
Yes, ma'am, will
Okay.
do.
Thank you.
Opportunities, of course, training and professional development for the team on a variety of different areas based on the skill sets and the different functions that we have, from plan reviews to business licensing to planning and zoning knowledge, code enforcement knowledge. So we'll take advantage of those opportunities over the next fiscal year. Technology enhancements, so we'll talk a lot about that in our budget proposal. Department reorganization, so we're going through that process as we speak. And so we'll take a look at what the org chart looks like, but updating team roles, responsibilities is an active process. And then succession planning and staff retention. So one of the challenges that we have, a major challenge, is community engagement. And so we have a proposal to address that as well in our budget proposal. Our goals and initiatives for the fiscal year 2027, update of the comprehensive plan. We'll talk about that in greater detail. Also adopting procedures for unified development ordinance as it relates to our administrative procedures and the different meetings and public hearings that we have. Under equity, we're looking to complete at least 3 of our short-term implementation steps from the Rockdale County Housing Assessment throughout the fiscal year of 2027, and where we can establish zoning regulations to support a variety of different housing and development types. On the innovation side, we currently use Microsoft Bookings for appointments with our staff, and so we're looking to refine and enhance that offering and how we provide those services when we meet with the public for different things. And then we'll also look to procure and establish a dedicated web page for community engagement, code enforcement, and our planning and zoning information. So our fiscal 2026 operating budget's $596,748. You do see a substantial proposed increase for fiscal 2027, $923,252, change of roughly $326,000. We'll get into the fun details of that on this slide. So consulting services. So I mentioned the comprehensive plan earlier. So we're mandated by the state to update the comprehensive plan every 5 years. So that last update was in 2023. And so it's due to be updated by the fall of 2028. And so with the funds procured in fiscal 2027, that'll allow us to go through the RFP process, find a consultant, and initiate that process hopefully by the fall, late summer, fall of 2027, and then use a full year to do all the things that come along with that particular task. It'll be heavy on community engagement. So we've heard the feedback from the community and all of the public hearings and public meetings that we've had over the 8 months of this year, so for 7 months of this year. And so we think that process would be ideal to gather feedback, get input directly from all the stakeholders of the county on what the vision should be for the next 20, 30 years for the county. So that's a robust effort, lots of community engagement, lots of meetings, and then ultimately a new product will come out of that. So we proposed $250,000 for that exercise. And so just before I stepped up here, we consulted with some colleagues in the industry. We got some quotes as high as $285,000. So some of that is flexible, just depends on, most of the cost is the community engagement, in-person engagement. So we can offset some of that with online meetings on Teams, Zoom, what have you. Pop-up meetings, the staff may be able to handle some of that, but to have a consultant come out, gear up a number of times throughout the year, that's what really drives up that cost right there. So, yes,
And if
ma'am.
I may digress for a minute, I think that we tried that approach. It didn't work with the UDO.
Which approach?
with having the consultant, and they ran the show, and it didn't feel like it worked how we ideally wanted it to. So what in your mind is going to be different this time, the way that we approach the?
So, and I didn't see the scope for this process, but the scope is the most important part of this whole
Right.
thing. And so that kind of sets what the agenda will look like throughout the project. And so in-person meetings, large groups, small groups, so it kind of sets expectations for the consultant, for the staff, elected officials, obviously, and for the community to understand what we're doing, how frequently we'll be out, and then what those stages of the process will be. And so when we set the scope this time, it'll be more meticulous. You all will see the scope before it goes out. But I think we just need to.
We saw
make
the
sure
scope before, and I felt like it was a good scope of what we wanted. And, all the community, so I've been on the other side of the table where I've been invited to participate. And sometimes it feels like it's just moving an action to qualify and say you got input, but it doesn't feel good because it doesn't. I mean, a lot of the things that we're doing right now, like we already knew that. We're out, all three of us are out in the community. We hear the same things. The housing assessment we did came back pretty much exactly like what we hear in the community. So it's all that time from the beginning to the end of it that I'm like, gosh, that was like 9 months you'll never get back. And what did we learn differently? And a lot of times it's not much different than what we knew to start with. And that's not what we know, that's what we hear in the community from different people, just being engaged. So anyway, I didn't think that we would have to go back out for that in particular.
So, Madam Chair, let me kind of weigh in just for a minute. So the difference between the UDO and the comp plan, those are two separate processes, I suppose, is a way to put that. And yes, we did that with the UDO, but the comp plan, to me, and you please feel free to weigh in, the majority of responses that I've heard from most of the community is actually about the comp plan and not so much the UDO. The UDO is the legal framework, which of course is right, but the comprehensive plan is the future land use map, the policy, the character areas, things like that. And so I could see maybe condensing the timeline, but the scope would be a little different.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
That part I know. And I think
Yeah.
that's really the comprehensive plan is what we want to get to.
I think so.
Yes.
We
exactly.
actually like to see it like now. But I think
Well,
it's all these details that have
Yeah.
been frustrating to get us closer without seeing what the comprehensive plan would be. And I wonder sometimes if we should have done that first.
Well,
maybe.
sometimes yes, and sometimes no, and sometimes at the same time. I know that's not always a good answer. It depends, but it depends. And the expiration dates don't run concurrently. And so the ones for the comp plan is coming up, is it next October, I think?
October
When it's due?
2028.
Yeah, 2028. So I think there's obviously time to consider what that scope and timeline would look like. But I think the comp plan is what most people would probably want to be involved in. I know it's a complicated process, but it's hard
Yeah.
to know the difference between the two, so.
So I remember when we did community outreach for the strategic plan a number of years ago, there were meetings in different places. I remember one of them was held at one of the fire stations, and there was good attendance.
Yeah.
It was down on the south end, and so maybe that's, rather than trying to host them, all of them here, is move out into the community.
Yeah, and just in our preliminary discussions, the thought process was hold something in the north, something in the south, something here, pop-ups online, and try to get around. And so we want to make sure we hear from as many people as possible as part of that process. And so currently in the comp plan, what we have is just the bare minimum. So the minimum elements that you need to have in that plan, that's what we have. It doesn't give a lot of guidance as far as all of the different issues that we're dealing with from a land use perspective, objectives, goals, what are we aspiring to do. A lot of that is absent in the plan currently. So we want to add that to the plan. If there are land use issues that we need to figure out, that's the opportunity to do that. We had discussions about character areas. So when we talked about the villages, when we talked about the conservation subdivisions and those things, we need to determine where those character areas are. What should they look like? What should they feel like? And so the comp plan process allows us to do all of those things. Then we can come back around with the regulations, and then we have that synergy between the plan and the code. And then also, as we get special use permit requests, rezoning requests, the comp plan will have guidance in it that helps with decision making. So is this appropriate? Is it not appropriate? Should it be here? Should it be there? That's what you want from the comprehensive plan. So all of that stuff needs to be enhanced.
And we would have to have a consultant to help us develop that plan?
Yes. So if we had a larger staff, then we could possibly do that in-house. But yes, we would need a consultant to help with a large percentage of it.
So
yes.
maybe it would be cheaper to have an extra employee.
Or a facilitator, yeah.
Mhm.
So there are different ways to get there, and so we can work with different strategies. So similar to what we've done now, we've done the last few community engagement exercises in-house, and so we can balance that out between the consultant, between the staff, and save a few dollars.
That's one of my concerns, because we had someone and we thought that they knew what we wanted, and it didn't fall through, and so I don't want us to have to go through that again, and then it falls back into our laps, and we're the ones that are doing it because we know what our vision is. So if we probably can start there first and save a few dollars, as opposed to telling somebody and hoping that they'll follow our vision.
And some of it has already been done. So with the housing plan, the demographics, all of that stuff, the data gathering, that was just done. So that's relatively recent information. By 2028, we won't have any new census data yet. So everything in between those 10-year gaps are just estimates. And so we can use what's in the housing plan. There's some things in the strategic plan we can use as well. And then if there are any major adjustments, then that's where the consulting would kick in and say, well, the projections look a little bit like this now, or no, the things that you gathered before are acceptable. We can work with that. So there's some cost savings there too, because we just recently gathered data. So that helps the process too. So that is the comp plan. Safe Built. So currently we have a $260,000 contract with Safe Built. They provide plan review services for building code for us, and they also perform building code inspections on behalf of the county. The current contract includes a 2% increase each year. And in addition to that, we're trying to gather some research and some data to project what we expect the demand to be. So we'll be coming out of a moratorium, a residential subdivision moratorium here in a few months. So we expect that activity to increase. So that'll impact that operation. So the number that we've proposed, $265,000, we may need a little bit more, but we'll gather some more research and submit that to you all.
And I know you had talked about doing maybe creating a building inspection department, but it sounds like maybe that's a lot to take on at this point.
It's a complex situation, and so one of the things we need to evaluate is the cost of this contract versus what it would cost to do it in-house, our building permit fees, those costs.
Sure.
Are we covering our costs? Just in some initial research, there may be a gap there that we'll need to talk about as part of this process. But we'll do some analysis and see which direction we need to go. But for now, they're our option for building. All right, let's see, technical services. So some of these items here in technical services, they were previously in our professional services budget, hence the large gap between $300 that we have for fiscal 26 and the $70,000 that we're proposing for fiscal 27. So Magnet, price tag of $41,000. That is our permit and plan review system. So all the applications that we take in, they're processed. They go through Magnet. Our fees are all processed through Magnet. The plan reviews, those documents, the plans, applications, documents, they're all held as a repository in Magnet. So we expect that cost to stay the same for next year, but that's the price tag for it. We mentioned the short-term rental ordinance a little while ago. So related to that, we have a contract with Decker Technology, Rentalscape, for $6,125 to assist with that process. And so we anticipate retaining that service for fiscal year 2027 as
So
well.
even if we've only gotten a couple this year, that doesn't financially make sense, though.
So what they do is they monitor the web constantly. So they're scanning Airbnb, Verbal, all of these different websites for folks who are performing this type of work or providing that type of service,
Yeah.
and doing some of the interface for us as far as notifying us, hey, here's what we found. This person doesn't have a permit. You may need to check on this, check on that. So it'll help with that process.
So when I met them at one of the conventions, they were guaranteeing like so many names, contact information, and all that. So it seemed like there was a guarantee rate, if you will, that they were going to provide for the money we paid.
Mm-hmm. And so I think this is on the lower end of that scale. So there's some other service offerings.
$5,000 is the one I went to, but that was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure it's sufficient.
Yeah, there's some other things that they do, like they will send out violation notices for you. They can do, in some jurisdictions.
Like code enforcement? Can they
Yes.
also do code enforcement violations?
Well, I don't know if they'll do the inspections, but they'll send letters out based on what they find online, is my understanding. They don't go
Okay.
out there, no.
Okay.
And then in some places, they'll run the permitting process. So they have, I guess, a feature that you could add on, and the application process would flow through their platform. So we didn't get that. We just got just the scanning,
Right.
essentially. That's what we paid for. Let's see. NairMap is a spatial planning tool. And so we would use that for some economic development analysis, is what we're proposing with that software, the price tag of around $5,000. And then lastly is Engagement HQ. And so Engagement HQ, we did a demo last Thursday, that we can share with you. We had Director Rutledge on.
Yeah, I would like that.
Deputy Director White joined us as well. And so the Engagement HQ software is a community engagement platform. And so what it allows us to do, staff can control it. And so as we have projects that come up, be it text amendments, rezonings, the comp plan, big, small, whatever size, we can create dedicated websites to those projects. And then we can solicit feedback through that platform. So it can be polling, it can be surveys, it could be comments, Q&A. And so we can communicate back and forth with the public. We can control it. It can be ongoing. It can be for a period of time. You can turn it on, turn it off as a feature. And so it allows us to have this dedicated place where people can find information. The information will live there for as long as the website exists. And so currently we have an issue with the demand, the volume of demand for information. And where can I find things? Where's this document? Where's that document? And so we can start to post those things there and make them readily available for the public. It also allows for this is some analytics tied to the website, and so we could get some demographic information for users who choose to register. You don't have to register to use it, but if they do, they can submit information, and so we can count, web traffic, hits, how folks are using the website, what information they're taking from the website. So this is a proposal to address our community engagement concerns. We put forth this price tag at $17,000. We just got a cost estimate on yesterday, and that price tag was $24,000.
Why wouldn't the consultant have that if we were going to pay one?
Which consultant?
Would you use this for feedback for the UDO and
Yes.
for?
And so
the-
that also saves with those projects. So instead of having to create dedicated pages on
Right.
the county website, we'll already have a dedicated platform whenever we have a project. And so, yeah, we won't need the consultants to build us a new platform because we'll already have our own platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we use the platform instead of the consultants? Just asking.
I like your thing.
You funny. I like that.
You're funny. You should say, Kyle.
And so and so there's a lot of different ways that we can use it. Some jurisdictions use it for their meetings. So their planning commission, their board of adjustments, they put their agenda, documents, all that stuff on there. And so we'll probably use it for both projects and for our planning commission, our board of adjustments, et cetera, board of commissioners meetings, to have that information there. So something for you all to consider. So once again, it's just a summary of what we went through. So here's our current org chart. We currently have a team of 25. And so at the time that we created this, we had a vacancy. So I can say on the planning and zoning administration side, we have filled all of those vacancies. So we have a new planner who started on Monday. And we have recently sent out an offer for a zoning administrator position that we believe has been accepted. So this is the breakdown of our department. So blue is everything that's under the planning and zoning administration side of things. The light blue is our permitting and licensing team. So we have a licensed permit manager, senior licensed permit analyst, and 2 licensed permit analysts. So they handle business licenses, alcohol licenses, and building permits. So they do all the intake, processing, fee payments, and issuance of those permits after the inspections are completed. Then we have a couple planner positions there, administrative operations coordinator, project manager, plans reviewer, and a development and business relations manager. In the gold, that is our code enforcement division there, 7 code enforcement inspectors. We have a chief code enforcement officer who supervises that group, and we also have an administrative coordinator and an analyst who support the operations on that side. Here is our proposed org chart for 2027. And you'll see the changes there, and so what we have tried to do is to reduce the variety of functions that our deputy director of planning is responsible for. So it's a vast variety of functions there, and pretty challenging to manage just due to the complexity of things, just the differences between functions. So we've broken that down into a smaller, manageable span of control there for our deputy director, and so it would still include permits, licensing. We'll put forth for customer service representative position. We'll talk about that in a second. Our administrative operations, and you all recently approved a community development manager for us. Thank you very much. That person will oversee implementation of the housing plan, grants, all of our housing initiatives will be under that person's auspices. So we have brought back the zoning administrator position and created a planning and zoning unit. Here's what you see in the middle. So that zoning administrator would be responsible for interpretations, our various boards and commission meetings, plan review activities in our zoning group. And so what we've tried to do there is to also simplify the position titles. And so we have 2 planners, planner 1s. We're proposing to change the title of our plan reviewer to a planner 2. And we'll talk about that in just a second. And then the addition of a planning technician that would support this group. No significant changes to our code enforcement division. We have 1 proposed change for our administrative coordinator, title change and grade change to an administrative operations coordinator. So we're requesting 2 new positions, customer service representative to support our frontline operations. So currently our license and permit analysts perform most of our frontline customer service activity. So walk-ins, phone calls, can I do this, can I have that, those kinds of things. They're doing those things in addition to processing permits, issuing permits, licenses, those kinds of things. And so that takes away from the efficiency of the work that they do, having to stop to pivot for walk-ins and scheduling and those kinds of things. And so a dedicated customer service representative helps us in a number of ways. So in addition to that group, it helps the remainder of the planning and zoning administrative side of scheduling appointments, dealing with the walk-ins, giving out some basic information when folks need it. And so that allows the planners, the analysts to be more efficient in their duties and perform their tasks with fewer interruptions, I'll put it that way. The planning technician would support the planning and zoning unit that I just showed you. And so that role is a vital one. It's a customary one in planning departments around the country. And so it used to be a lot more, I'd say, labor intensive once upon a time, but as operations have gone digitally, that job has changed to some degree. But taking in applications, rezoning applications, special use permit applications, assisting with every processing, our notifications. So one of the things we're required to do for our different meetings, sending out letters to adjacent property owners, ensuring that the signs posted on the property, that individual can handle those types of tasks and frees up the planners to analyze the proposals, to review plans, and go about their days a little more efficiently. But also, this planning technician would boost our capacity for plan reviews. So we anticipate once the moratorium for residential subdivisions ends, that we'll see at least 1,500 new units come online, in addition to things that are already on the pipeline or things that are waiting to get in to the process when the moratorium ends. And so this person will be vital to assisting with that. We'll be able to assist with some minor plan review activities as well. And then from a long-term perspective, when we look at staff retention, when we look at the progression of staff through the organization, this is a pipeline, or at least an avenue from, if you're on the code enforcement side, this may be a way to get into planning. If you're a permit analyst, this may be your way to get into becoming a planner. Or it could be someone who's in school. While they're in school, they're learning about planning, and so we're building our base. And so if we have any vacancies in the future, we'll have somebody right there on deck who can move up that's familiar with how things work. And so it serves a variety of objectives for us. Yes, ma'am.
Will there be cross-training for these two positions? Like,
Cross-training for?
Yeah, because I would think that a customer service representative would need to know some of the things that the planning technician knows, because they'll be filling the calls.
Yes.
That'd be the first point of contact.
Yes, to some degree. So there'll be a baseline level of information that the customer service representative would be able to give you, and then there'd be a higher level of customer service that the planning technician would be able to give you as it relates to certain aspects of the UDO. You know, can I do this particular task? Well, yes, maybe. That's what the customer service rep can give you. But once you get to the technician, then that technician can dig into the weeds of the code, make some interpretations, explain process, procedure, assist with pre-application meetings with various stakeholders and potential applicants. And so that's what we're trying to do with those two.
So it really could actually be one?
Yes.
Could be.
That's what he said.
Could be.
Just asking. Okay.
I take that as a positive. So that's what it looks like on the cost side. So the estimated cost there, about $55,000 for each one. It's a description of what we're looking to do with those positions. And then lastly, for our development and business relations manager, just a job description update there, no budget impact proposed. The planner 2 is actually converting reclassifying the development plan review specialist to a planner 2. So as I mentioned before, just streamlining those planner titles. So there's a succession there. So you have a planning technician, you have planner 1, you have planner 2. Now you see it as tangible. You see what those different classifications are for the team. And then for code enforcement, the title change and grade change for our administrative coordinator to administrative operations coordinator. So she's done a great job for us on that side. She provides all of customer service support for the code enforcement division. She takes the incoming calls for violation complaints. She's also the dispatch with the inspectors when they're out in the field, if they need assistance or they need information from the system. She's doing that, but she's also grown into assisting with financial related things, budgetary things, supply requests, all of those types of things. And so we have that position on the planning side, and so we just wanted to have something of same equivalency in our code enforcement division. And so with that, I'm done.
Okay.
Any questions?
No,
I know y'all are tired. I'm hungry.
we are. But thank you so
No,
much.
we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions that you have?
I'm good.
Well, thank you for everyone's hard work and the finance department and to all the directors and teams here today. Thank you again for your time and devotion to making this process work and bringing more information to the citizens in Rockdale. At this time, I'll call to adjourn the meeting. Thank you. You should make this sometime. Have you ever had it?